Thanks for joining us on this Monday evening. I'm Brian Patrick, and British soul artist Sam Smith netted 4 awards at last night's Grammys. Politics and social issues also found their way to the stage.
Precious Lord.
Backup singers raised their hands in Black Lives Matter solidarity pose during Beyoncé's rendition of Precious Lord, Take Me Home. Singers Prince, Pharrell Williams, and John Legend also referred to this summer's racial violence in Ferguson, Missouri. President Obama warned against domestic violence in a video message played during the show, and sex trafficking survivor Brooke Axtell put an exclamation point on the message with her spoken word performance. Dawn Hawkins is executive director of the National Center on Sexual Exploitation. Dawn, last year the Grammys were pushing gay marriage. This year domestic violence was the focus. Is the entertainment industry doing more to help or to hinder the objectification of women?
Well, it's great that they're talking about these issues, but the problem is that their actions completely are hypocritical with what they're saying. So they're doing a lot of things to push exploitation, to normalize the objectification of women, yet they're saying that we should do something to fight against this.
I think of some of the lyrics of music today are just really horrible. Hollywood star Chris Brown, he's now infamous for domestic abuse. He was there in the audience. Is this the right forum to advocate against sexual abuse?
Well, there's always, we should be talking about this everywhere, but it's ironic that right after they were talking about how we need to fight against domestic abuse, they nominated Chris Brown and R. Kelly, both known abusers of women, for awards. What message is that showing? We've seen a crackdown in sexual violence against women in the NFL. We should expect the entertainment industry to do the same.
It would have been interesting to see those guys speak out or at least acknowledge the problem. Let's turn to 50 Shades of Grey. It's going to be in theaters this week, over the next few days at least. Now, your organization says this is basically about domestic abuse. How so?
That's right. When you take away the glitz and the glamour, the fancy suits, the powerful job, this is really just a pornographic story about domestic violence and violence against women. We were Morality in Media. We just changed our name to the National Center on Sexual Exploitation in order to expose the connections between all these forms of exploitation. We've got 50 Shades of Grey, which is pornographic in and of itself, pushing sexual violence, making violence sexy, and now the media in a firestorm is making it okay and legitimizing it.
Thank God the National Center on Sexual Exploitation has a campaign against this. Tell us about it.
We do. If you go to 50shadesisabuse.com, we have talking point summaries, things you can do on social media. We're asking people, instead of going to the film, to donate to domestic violence shelters by using the hashtag $50, not 50 Shades. We have a boycott where we've combined with LifeSite News to issue a boycott that has almost 100,000 people who have signed. So there's a lot to do if you go to 50shadesisabuse.com.
And there's a social media component, right?
It's a huge social media component, and we invite all to join that. There are graphics and posts already ready for you to share.
All right, it's 50shadesisabuse.com. Dawn Hawkins, Executive Director of the National Center on Sexual Exploitation. Thank you for bringing all this to our attention. We appreciate seeing you again, too.
Thank you.